Here in Mastermind, Satan claims that he ruled hell long before the golden angel fell from heaven, but Beelzebub and Asmodeus give each other a look that indicates Satan isn't exactly being honest here. On Twitter, Vivzipop clarified that the original intention was for Satan to be obviously lying, but that this might be hard to discern based on acting choices. So let's go over the nuance of this tweet and its wording. Here, Vivzipop says that Lucifer has always been first, and that Beelzebub and Asmodeus know this. Satan thus is lying about his importance and power, with the implication being that Lucifer just stopped coming to meetings and caring about the petty politics of the natives of hell. This doesn't necessarily mean that Satan isn't being accurate about hell itself existing before Lucifer, and I think what Vivzipop was trying to make clear here is that Satan is not so powerful that Lucifer feels threatened or afraid. And as we see with Lucifer fighting Adam in the finale of Hazbin Hotel, he's only ever just holding himself back. This could also mean that hell didn't exist at all before Lucifer's choice was made, and if you want to believe that, you are welcome to, and it may actually be true. But the way hell is set up, and the way Vivzipop worded this, suggested to me that it did exist in some dark reality inaccessible to humans and angels, and that the elders were very specifically scared that someone like Lucifer could accidentally connect it to our reality. I think the greatest hint for this is in Satan himself saying that he created the imps and that he made them to be obedient. If he had created them from scratch, and perhaps magically, however, there wouldn't be any way for them to actually rebel against him, I imagine. Instead, this is something I think would fall into Satan's patterns of lies, as he likes to be seen as a god. Satan himself, in the Christian and Jewish traditions, is presented as trying to mislead humans to worship him as a god instead of the actual god. And the Helliverse Satan seems to want that within hell. The imps in general treat Satan's name like the name of God, using it to express shock or just general emotional extremes. The same way we say, "Oh my God," or "God no," the imps thus say, "Oh Satan," or "Satan no." If he had really created them just magically out of dust of the earth, the way God was said to do with humans, I don't think they'd have this ability to rebel, however. Instead, when Satan says he created the imps, I believe this to be an exaggeration that allows him to pose as their god, with the implication to me being that he simply guided the evolution of the imps, but that they had already evolved certain traits as a response to their natural environment in the Wrathring. He may have found them originally more like wild animals, not yet in a sapient state, and slowly turned them from aggressive beasts roaming the Wrathring into the farming class that slaughters all the animals that kept Satan fed.